Good morning, everyone. My name is Yang Wei. We are Group 3, and today we will present our report on business access and corporate governance, the Coca-Cola Company. I will start by introducing the company, explain the purpose of our report, and discussing the main concepts used in our analysis. The Coca-Cola Company is one of the world's largest beverage company. It was formed in 1892 and is headquarters in Ireland, USA. Today, Coca-Cola's operator in more than 200 countries. The company uses venture bottling substance, where local bottling partners produce and distribute Coca-Cola's products. This allows the company to expand around the world, but it also makes it more difficult to manage ethical standards and business operations in different countries. The purpose of our report is to start Coca-Cola's business ethics and corporate governance. We focus on environment responsibilities, labor ethics, and how the company manages this issue in its global operation. We also evaluate whether Coca-Cola's governance substance is effective and suggest ways to improve it. Next, I would like to explain two important concepts. The first is business access. Business access means doing business in a responsible and honesty well. It includes treating employee feelings, protecting the environment, and respect consumers and other stakeholders. For multinational company, business access can be challenging because different cultures have different countries have different cultures, law, and expectations. The second concept, corporate governance. Corporate governance is the substance used to manage and culture a company. It helps ensure accountability and responsible decision making. Good corporate governments also help companies reduce risk and building trust with the stakeholders. Our report also refers to three international frameworks: the OECD guidelines for international enterprise, the ILO Code labor standards, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This framework encourages companies to operate responsibly, produce works right, and support sustainable development. These concepts provide the foundation for our report. Next, my teammate will continue by discussing the business ethics issue faced by the Coca-Cola Company. That's all about my part. Thank you for your listening.
Hello, my name is Huang Minghao. I major in international business and I'm from China. And for my presentation, I divide it into three parts: the course understanding, my contribution to CA1 and my insight to it, and my future outlook with value empowerment. So let's begin with the first part. I understand this course explores how multinational firms operate across diverse countries, balancing global commercial goals with local laws, cultural norms, and ethical obligations. It teaches us that cross-border business is not only about profit, but also sustainable, responsible governance for all stakeholders. Then let's go to the next part. For our Coca-Cola Group report CA1, I took charge of Part 3, Ethical Issues in International Business Operations, which covers water stewardship, conflicts, and global plastic pollution crisis. My core work was sorting real-world cases, comparing data tables, and analyzing the ethical dilemmas caused by Coca-Cola's decentralized franchise model. I collected official industry audit data, contrasted the company's water usage performance in water-rich developed nations and drought-stricken developing regions, and explained environmental injustices behind its plastic packaging strategy. Then lastly, from this task, I gained two key insights. First, uniform global cooperate standards cannot ignore local environmental pressure. A one-size-fits-all efficiency target creates severe ethical harm in vulnerable communities like India. Second, many multinational sustainability pledges risk greenwashing. Coca-Cola's risking total virgin plastic output proved recycling targets alone cannot solve environmental harm without cutting raw material consumption. I also learned teamwork skills. I coordinated with teammates, writing cooperate governance and case analysis chapters to ensure consistent data and logical links across the work report. In conclusion, this course strongly prepares me for future business studies and career development. Academically, I mastered stakeholder theory, OECD guidelines, and CSR frameworks to evaluate corporate behavior systematically. Then professionally, if I work in international brand management or supply chain governance later, I will prioritize local community rights and tangible environmental accountability rather than only focusing on revenue and brand image. Overall, analyzing Coca-Cola's ethical failures taught me that long-term global business success relies on matching global policies with fair, localized implementation. So that's all for my part, and I would like to pass to my teammates.
Hello, my name is Jia Xuan. Today I will share my understanding of international business and my contribution to our group report. From this course, I learned that international business is much more than expanding products into overseas markets. Companies must also manage different legal systems, cultural expectations, and ethical responsibilities while remaining competitive. I believe that corporate governance plays a very important role because it helps multinational companies make responsible decisions, manage risks, and build long-term trust with stakeholders. So based on my understanding, my contribution to our group report focused on Coca-Cola's corporate governance structure. In this report, I analyzed Coca-Cola's corporation governance framework and how it supports ethical business operations. First, Coca-Cola's board of directors provide strategic oversight and it is responsible for supervising the company's long-term direction. In addition, the Corporate Governance and Sustainability Committee's oversees governance policies, ethics, and sustainability initiatives. As shown in the figure, this committee demonstrates that sustainability and corporate responsibility are managed at the board level rather than being treated only as operational issues. I also discussed the Coca-Cola's Code of Business Conduct and Human Rights Policies, which provide ethical guidelines for employees, suppliers, and business partners worldwide. These governance mechanisms help ensure accountability, transparency, and responsible decision-making across Coca-Cola's global operations. After analyzing the governance framework, I also evaluated its effectiveness. One major strength is strong board oversight, supported by clear governance policies and public sustainability reporting. This practice improves transparency and strengthens stakeholder confidence. However, I also found several challenges. Since Coca-Cola operates through a large global bottling network, maintaining consistent governance stance across different countries can be difficult. The company also continues to face environmental concerns related to plastic waste and water management. Therefore, although Coca-Cola has established a strong governance framework, its long-term success depends on how effectively these governance policies are implemented throughout its global operations. Through this assignment, I realized that corporate governance is much more than legal compliance. It's an important management system that supports ethical leadership, stakeholder trust, and sustainable business development. This subject also improved my research and analytical skills by allowing me to evaluate a real multinational company using governance concepts learned in this major. Overall, the experience has strengthened my understanding of international business and will be valued for my future studies and career in business management. That's all from me.
Hi, my name is Herman, and today I will be presenting my contribution to our International Business Group report, which focuses on the recommendations and conclusion for Coca-Cola's ethical standards and corporate governance. My contribution was to develop recommendations that could help Coca-Cola improve its ethical practices and corporate governance in international operations. Firstly, for recommendation, I recommended that Coca-Cola should strengthen its water governance, especially in high-risk areas. Water is one of the company's most important resources, so it's essential that the company protects local communities and the environment. This can be achieved through local water impact assessments, independent audits, and regular communications with affected communities. And also, the second one that I suggested was Coca-Cola continue expanding the use of recycled and reusable packaging to reduce plastic, especially in areas where recycling systems are still limited. So why these recommendations? These recommendations are important because they address the main ethical challenges and identified throughout our report. So the first one is strengthening stakeholder engagement, which allows the company to build stronger relationship with communities, improve transparency, and reduce the risk of future conflict. Moving on to improving water governance, helps protect both community and the environment while supporting Coca-Cola's long-term sustainability goals. The third one, which is increasing the use of sustainable packaging, can significantly reduce plastic pollution while supporting global environmental initiatives. Lastly, improving governance and accountability through regular ESG audits ensures that the Coca-Cola's ethical system are implemented consistently throughout its global bottling system rather than only its headquarters. Overall, these recommendations aim to help Coca-Cola become a more responsible multinational company while maintaining sustainable business growth. To conclude, our report found that Coca-Cola has already established a strong corporate governance framework, including sustainability policy, supplier requirements, human rights policy, and environmental commitments. However, the biggest challenges is ensuring that these ethical standards are implemented consistently across all countries. Since many operations are managed by independent bottling partners, there can be difference between Coca-Cola global policies and local business practices. This report also demonstrated that business ethics and corporate governance are not only about complying with laws but also about building trust, protecting stakeholders, and also ensuring long-term business success by improving transparency, accountability, and local implementation. Coca-Cola can strengthen both its global reputation and sustainable growth. And the last part is reflection. Personally, this course has changed my understanding of international business. I thought international business was mainly about companies expanding into different countries. However, I have learned that successful international businesses must also consider ethics, sustainability, cultural differences, stakeholder relationship, and responsible corporate governance. Working on the recommendations and conclusion also helped me improve my research, critical thinking, and analytical skills. I learned how to apply business theories such as stakeholder theory and CSR to evaluate real-world business issue focus faced by multinational companies like Coca-Cola. I believe this course has prepared me well for my future studies and career. Whether I work in international businesses, marketing, management, or even supply chain, I can apply these concepts to make responsible business decisions while balancing profitability and ethical and also environmental responsibilities. So that's all for my part. Thank you.